Hello and welcome to Blockchain Silver, the place where we analyze what in the world is going on in crypto. Today I'm going to talk about BitcoinSV and how it's acting like Bitcoin did in 2013. Warning, I'm not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment purposes only. It is best to do your own due diligence, form your own conclusions, and invest based on your opinion of the market. Cryptocurrency markets are highly speculative and may lose value. Be safe out there. So this here is Bitcoin in 2013. This long wick here was April 9th. And this very bottom wick here was July the 5th. And so it's just a couple days short, or a few days short of 3 months. About 87 days, I believe. And so BitcoinSV is almost dollar-wise doing a very similar thing. If you look at the top of this wick here, Bitcoin, I didn't even know this, it went to almost $260. I thought it went to about $235. But I think that must have been the daily close, because I'll usually use that for a lot of my technical analysis. And so this is actually something I learned today. I didn't know that it went that high. It probably only did that for a few minutes. And so anyways, well, BitcoinSV went up to this area as well. And over the course of about 3 to 4 months, it's came down to the $70 mark. And so I'm going to show you right now how amazingly close the two of these are. And so let's take a look. So this here is BitcoinSV. Today it's trading at 87.04. Actually, I'll do a refresh here and see if it, yeah, it's definitely trending up. And so anyways, let's compress this just a little bit. And so if you notice here, this is, now if we go off the highest one, $243. And so here's the thing, and I'm going to talk about this in a minute or two. Because this is so long, this is actually May 30th to July 9th. This was almost a month and a half. And then we got the highest day here on June 26th. This is when the market topped out. This is when Bitcoin hit like 13.8. A lot of the other alts maxed out around the end of June. And so for you, we're going to calculate this, and at the end of this video, we're going to come up with a date on when I think, if this is all playing out, this means $1,000 BitcoinSV is coming sometime in 2020. And then here we have the recent activity. And it actually, I looked at it on Poloniex, and it went down to like the low 70s. It was probably right around that day there, September 26th. And so if we went by this day, June 26th to September 26th, that is exactly, you figure June to July to August to September, that's exactly 3 months from there to there. But I don't know how to treat this. And so I'm going to show you, we'll go back to the PowerPoint here. And so April 9th, 2013 equals June 26th, 2019 in BitcoinSV. And so remember on the BitcoinSV how it was really long. It was like a month and a half. And so you could say it's maybe similar to this here. This was about a month. And so I don't know where to put that peak. But if we treat it like it's just one day, and so remember, so I'm comparing this right here to BitcoinSV, which would be about right here. And then July 5th, 2013, which would be right here in Bitcoin. That's like September 26th in SV, in BitcoinSV. And so 81 was April 9th. So in Bitcoin, April 9th to July 5th, 2013, it's 86 days. And in BitcoinSV, June 26th, which was the high, to September 26th is about 90 days. I didn't calculate it. So, July has 31 days in it, so it might even be 91 days. And so you figure July 5th, 2013 to November 28th. So now we're going to take a look at, well, before we get here, these two, if you divide them, it comes out with a conversion of 1.04. And if we go back earlier on BitcoinSV, if we go back to like here, if we count this, then that's just more days. That's like 4 months instead of 3 months. And so it brings that conversion to 1.37. And so the whole point of figuring all this out, you might be thinking, what does this have to do with anything? If this is following Bitcoin, then I'm curious if it'll rise before Bitcoin will, or if it's going to rise after. I'm always looking at the math on what it's going to do, and I really believe in fractals. I believe this whole crypto market is just one big giant fractal, but they're getting longer and bigger. In nature, the fractals, they get smaller and smaller and smaller as you zoom in. And in this crypto market, they're starting out small and they're getting larger and larger and they're taking longer. And so anyways, in Bitcoin, so now I'm curious because we all know in 2013, Bitcoin went down for 3 months, then it went up for about the same, about it was about 3 months. And then it had a blow off top in 2 months. And so if BitcoinSV is right here today, then, okay, in Bitcoin, from here to November 28th, which was when it maxed out, that is about 4.75 months. And so July 5th to November 28th, that's 4.75 months. And so now we just take that and we times that by the 1.04, and that brings us to, it was about 5 months from today, from September 30th. So that would be October 30th, November, December, January, February 30th, which doesn't exist, February 28th to the beginning of March. That would be 5 months if it's this conversion. If it's not, then it brings us out to April 15th. There's about a month and a half difference. And so I believe, based on Bitcoin's past history, that there's a good possibility we could see $1,000 BitcoinSV. Probably, it's very possible by May 1st. Well, what's happening in May? We've got the Bitcoin halving coming up. So a lot of this stuff that I'm calculating, that I'm working on, all these charts that I'm looking at, when I start calculating this stuff, it's, oddly enough, it's bringing me out into April, May, June, July timeframe of 2020. So I think after January, I think this crypto market is really going to start heating up big time. It may even start in November, December. Crypto does generally do well near the end of the year. And because of the halving coming up, it's probably going to do even better once we get into January. So, only time will tell. But so this is it. This doesn't mean that sell everything and go all in on BitcoinSV. This market is extremely volatile. BitcoinSV, I don't know much about as far as the inner workings of it compared to Bitcoin. This thing could get hacked. It could go to zero. I just do these videos for fun. And really the point of these videos is to see later on down the road if I was 100% on or way off or close or whatever. And if so, then we can use these later on for future reference later on down the road to see. And so that's the only reason for these videos. Just take them for fun and entertainment purposes only. And that's all we can do. And so that's it. Only time will tell what'll happen with Bitcoin SV, but I think I think we're going to see something like this coming up. And so that's it for today. Remember, if you like the video, feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I want to thank you for coming over to Blockchain Silver, and remember to stay safe out there.